Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Charterstone. This is designed by Jamie Stonemaier. The artwork is by Lena Cosette and David Forrest, and it is published by Stonemaier Games.
All right, you guys, this is a legacy-style game. It's a going campaign that you play over 12 games. Normally at this point, I would kind of show you guys how to play the game, but we don't want to give away any spoilers. That's lame. So I can kind of give you some hints about how the gameplay works, especially things that are revealed to you during the first game, so that way I'm not spoiling anything. All right, so first of all, at its core, this is a worker placement game. There are buildings all over the board. You're going to place your workers there, take those actions. Maybe they get some resources. Maybe you're able to turn those resources into other resources. Maybe you're able to build new buildings. Also, you have 6 kind of spots on the board, 6 kind of slices of a pie. And those are the different charters. So you can play up to 6 players. All different slices of the pie that aren't claimed by players are considered inactive charters, and they still kind of populate and happen anyways because more places for you to go as a worker placement game. Basically, this game is all about that resource management churning. There is kind of this overarching plot as well. There's this shady character known as the Forever King, and throughout the game you are going to be doing different things. There's going to be some rules changes based off of decrees that he's enacted, as well as you have the option to make him happy or unhappy. Yeah. And that's kind of the overarching plot. I'm not going to spoil anything more than that, but that's kind of the base game. Resource management with worker placement, building up this kingdom for the Forever King, and in between each game, there's a little bit more plot comes out about this Forever King guy.
So this game, it might look intimidating with this huge box and you know it's a legacy game, but honestly, I feel like the barrier to entry is very low to this game. There's other legacy or campaign style games that I've played where even though they're not difficult, it can be intimidating. Like, you don't want to play Clank Legacy unless you've played Clank or something like that. You don't want to play Pandemic Legacy unless you played Pandemic, and there is no pre-Charterstone. It's just Charterstone. And because of how the game plays, it's not like there's all these things happening. It's a very smooth, easy game to get into.
I did like that there was not a lot of pressure, right? A lot of these, these big campaign style games or legacy style games have some kind of, internal pressure. So in Pandemic, obviously, you're trying to fight off this ever-increasing, getting worse and worse situation. Same thing with, in Clank or any of those. Basically, all those cooperative ones, everything's getting worse and worse and worse. Or in the competitive ones, there's more and more challenges for you to face. This was all about getting better and better stuff as the game went on instead. So it was like a reward getting to the next game instead of like, okay, cool, you got through it, but now it's going to be even worse next time.
Yeah.
There's just more options and more things for you to do. So there wasn't that pressure. It was ultimately a Euro game. It was a Euro game legacy style, which I'd never come across before. Every other game that we've played has been obviously one of those cooperative games and more thematic games, that kinds of things that turn into a legacy game with lots and lots of story, whereas this was a Euro game with legacy elements that carried over from game to game, which was really, really interesting, and I personally loved it. I'm a Euro gamer, and I loved it.
Speaking of carry over from game to game, I felt like this game was really easy to pick up after sitting it down for a little bit. I have not found that to be a case with any campaign game we have ever played. Like, after it's been over a month, everything's gone and you have to like spend an hour just relearning the game. And that wasn't the case with this game, right? Because you are adding new rules, but they're just there. Like, they're not adding complexity to the game at all. They're adding maybe a few more options, but honestly, the game is still the same. So it was very easy to come back to this game after playing a couple of sessions. You could set it down for a couple of months and come back to it. Of course, like any game, you're gonna have to refresh yourself, but it wasn't like a daunting task to refresh yourself in the game.
I love the artwork in this game. For a long time, Euro games had that really fuddy-duddy kind of bland art. This did not have that. Plus, a lot of the other legacy style games had that really gritty artwork, right? It didn't have that either. It's just really cute, fun civilization style art that, as you're building things up, it just looks so cool. And all the little characters that you come across and all the little friends you might meet and all the assistances that might help you out over the course of the game, they're all these cute little people, and I just love them. And also on top of that, as the board fills up, it just looks so cool. I can't really say more about that, but it just basically, as the game kind of tells you from the get-go, the board's going to fill up. And it does fill up, and it looks so cool when it does. I love it.
Yeah. So my main gripe with the game is that I was not compelled towards the story that was happening. The story was really secondary, I felt like. I mean, there was stuff happening and there was plot happening and, some bad things happen, spectrally speaking, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But the story, yes, the story moves the game along, but it's almost like the game could have moved along without the story. Like, it almost didn't need it to progress. And I like the story in the games. I like being immersed. But when we're playing the game, we're just playing the game. I'm not caring about the plot of what's happening or why this is happening or how this is going to affect things in the future. I'm just playing the game, not giving two poops about the story. So that's like my only main gripe with the game, was that the story wasn't super compelling for me.
All right, and for me, that was not a problem at all. For one thing, like I said, I'm a Eurogamer. I'm used to having really thin grasps onto a theme. But not only was that not the case, but there was theme and there was a story. But I'm okay with having the game mechanics be forefront. I like being able to work my little engine, work my little system, trying to get that resource management, trying to get that worker placement thing going as efficiently as possible. I love that. And so, yeah, you're right. You don't really engage with the story so much, except for in between rounds.
Yeah.
In between rounds, it kind of resets. It tells you, what the next, whether the king was satisfied or not, and that kinds of stuff. And that usually propelled you into the next round, gave you a little bit of storyline, gave you a reason of why the rules were changing, why the rules were going to be different this next coming game, which I really liked. Honestly, this was such a different kind of a legacy game from anything else we've played, which made it unique and fun. I liked the heck out of it because it was fresh to me for one thing, but also, like I said, I love Euro games. And this was a Euro game that my friends were forced to play 12 games with me of because to finish the campaign.
Yeah.
So I loved it for that reason.
I do think that this would be a great game for people who want to try a campaign or legacy game and they're just kind of intimidated by that because a storyline isn't as strong as I wanted it to be. I feel like that will actually be a benefit to people who are playing it. And of all the games that we played, right, when you're done with them, especially legacy games, they'll say, and now you have this board that's all changed, and now you can play this game as often as you want.
Your own custom version of Clank, your own custom version of Pandemic.
Yeah, and
you play the month 12 over and over again.
That never happens. It just never happens, right? But I feel like because this game was such a Euro game, I feel like it's one that I might actually go back to after everything, like when it's after. I might go back to this game. I would never go back to the other ones. I would just play Clank, right? But this is one, because it's a Euro game, I could play again, So that is the strength, I think, of this game.
And one thing I do want to mention, too, is one of the criticisms a lot of legacy games have is the replayability of them, how you destroy components and that kinds of things so you can't play them again. This, for one thing, it comes with two sides of the board. They're identical, so that way when you're done playing it, you've got another side of the board that's blank. On top of that, they sell what they call it's a recharge pack or a refresh pack, something like that. All the cards that you would have destroyed throughout the game, it replaces them, and all the stickers and that kind of stuff. So that way you've got now a fresh new set, so you can go through it again with either a new set of people or maybe take a different path. There's kind of like a choose your own adventure style thing a little bit happening, and you can kind of answer the things differently, maybe possibly, and get different results and have different things come out during the course of the game. So. Yeah. Or so that we can sell it or gift it as well. So lots of options with the refresh pack, which I appreciated, knowing that the idea of games going to a landfill after they've been played makes me sad.
Yeah.
So this gives you an option out of that.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out every Monday and Wednesday and every other Friday. Until then, you can find us on Facebook, we're Ryan Bethany Board Game Reviews. On Twitter, we're Ryan Bethany 1. And on Instagram, we are Ryan and Bethany.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.